Hello, welcome to Stretch and Meditate, our second one. It was brought to my attention that I didn't give any modifications, so this one I'm going to do seated so that anybody can do it if they've got, wrist problems or knee problems, or if you've had an injury. Most of these you should be able to just do from a seat. And again, if nobody's joined us before, usually we'll do a little bit of meditating beforehand. And then we'll do a Lectio Divina practice, which just means divine reading, and I will be reading, let's see, today I'll say it right, Psalms 46, the entire psalm. So it's 1 through 11. And after that, I'll read that 3 times, and then we will begin a little stretching yoga session. So, all right, we will begin. I'm so glad that you've joined us. Begin in a seated position. Just get comfortable in your seat. If it feels better to lean up against something, by all means do that. I'm just going to stay where I'm at so I don't mess things up. Go ahead and close your eyes. Begin by focusing on your breath. Notice if your breath is deep or shallow. And once we bring awareness to the breath, we will go ahead and do some breathing, counting our breaths in and counting our breaths out to try to lengthen our breath. So we'll start off with 3 count. 1, 2, 3, inhaling. 1, 2, 3, exhale. Inhale, 1, 2, 3. Exhale, 1, 2, 3. And you can do that 1 round on your own. Now I'm going to go ahead and lengthen that for the next time, and we will go 5 counts this time. So inhaling, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And allow your breath to return to a natural state. We're going to notice those thoughts that are in our heads. Imagine them as clouds. Just notice how many there are. Do you see several? Are there a few? Or is it that you can't even see the blue of the sky? And notice if the thoughts are coming quickly or if they're slow. Sometimes the clouds will pass by slowly, and sometimes they will be fast. Just notice, observe these things. We're not here to judge them. We're going to practice non-judgment through the whole practice. As you calm your mind, you slow your breath. Just notice the sounds that are around you too. I can hear the birds outside. Go ahead and come back to this present moment. Again, flutter your eyes open, and we will begin our Lectio Divina practice. So the first time that I read, I just want you to listen to the text. We will be reading from Psalms 46, 1 through 11. God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Therefore we will not fear, though the earth give way and the mountains fall into the heart of the sea, though its waters roar and foam and the mountains quake with their surging. There is a river whose streams make glad the city of God, the holy place where the Most High dwells. God is within her. She will not fall. God will help her at break of day. Nations are in uproar. Kingdoms fall. He lifts his voice. The earth melts. The Lord Almighty is with us. The God of Jacob is our fortress. Come and see what the Lord has done, the desolations he has brought on the earth. He makes wars cease to the ends of the earth. He breaks the bow and shatters the spear. He burns the shields with fire. He says, "Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. The Lord Almighty is with us. The God of Jacob is our fortress." Now during this second reading, go ahead and listen for a word, a phrase, or an idea that speaks to you. God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Therefore we will not fear, though the earth give way and the mountains fall into the heart of the sea, though its waters roar and foam and the mountains quake with their surging. There is a river whose streams make glad the city of God, the holy place where the Most High dwells. God is within her. She will not fall. God will help her at break of day. Nations are in uproar. Kingdoms fall. He lifts his voice. The earth melts. The Lord Almighty is with us. The God of Jacob is our fortress. Come and see what the Lord has done, the desolations he has brought on the earth. He makes wars cease to the ends of the earth. He breaks the bow and shatters the spear. He burns the shields with fire. He says, "Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. The Lord Almighty is with us. The God of Jacob is our fortress." Now this last time, we're going to read this and just listen to what God wants to reveal to you. God is our refuge and strength, an ever-present help in trouble. Therefore we will not fear, though the earth give way and the mountains fall into the heart of the sea, though its waters roar and foam, and the mountains quake with their surging. There is a river whose streams make glad the city of God, the holy place where the Most High dwells. God is within her. She will not fall. God will help her at break of day. Nations are in uproar. Kingdoms fall. He lifts his voice. The earth melts. The Lord Almighty is with us. The God of Jacob is our fortress. Come and see what the Lord has done, the desolations he has brought on the earth. He makes wars cease to the ends of the earth. He breaks the bow and shatters the spear. He burns the shields with fire. He says, "Be still and know that I am God. I will be exalted among the nations. I will be exalted in the earth. The Lord Almighty is with us. The God of Jacob is our fortress." And just take a few moments to reflect on what God revealed to you. And if you didn't hear anything, the main thing that came to me was just being still, knowing that He is God. I know we talked about it last time, but very rarely are we brought to a place where we are actually still, busy ourselves with so many things. And we are at a place where we can be still, where we have to be still. And if we do not know that God is God, we will be so fearful about the future, about whatever is to come. But when we are still and we know that He is God, and that whatever sense of control we thought we had in the first place was merely an illusion in the first place. We've never been in control of the things. God has it under control. We can have peace even in these uncertain times. You can open your eyes if you have them closed. We will begin our practice. On your inhale, bring your arms up. And you can hold on to your hands, clasping them together, or hold on to your wrist, whatever feels most comfortable. And lean to the right side, trying to point your chest towards the ceiling, towards the corner where the ceiling and the wall meet. And bring it back to center. Lengthening with your inhale, and then exhale, lean to the left. Again, trying to make sure you are pointing your chest towards where the ceiling and the wall meet. Inhaling, bringing it back to center. Lengthening, you can bring your arms to the right, twisting to the right. Brace yourself with your back arm, holding onto your knee with the front or the left arm. And inhale, finding length, and then exhale, you can find a deeper stretch. Inhale, bring it back to center again. And exhale, twisting to the left. Remembering to inhale, lengthen, exhale, twist. And if you notice your mind starting to wander, you can go back to that word or phrase that was revealed to you, or idea. For me, it's be still. You can inhale, bring it back to center. Bring it back down. I like to come to the edge of my seat for this one. I'm going to do a hip opener, bringing your right foot on top of your left knee. And you can gently push your knee down a little bit if that's comfortable. If it is not, please don't do that. And then find some length on your inhale, and then exhale, leaning forward. But if when you were sitting up straight you felt a lot of stretch there, then just stay there. This is for a deeper hip stretch. And if it feels good, you can go ahead and just rest into it. Inhale, come up, and then bring it down. And you can bring your left ankle to your right knee. Finding length, you can lean forward. Hips are definitely tight. And also know that we tend to emotional tension in our hips too. So if during this practice you find yourself weeping, it is okay. It is okay. It is a release and it is good. You can just let your fears and your worries fall through your tears. You can even make this a prayer for other people that are suffering in the midst of this. All of the workers that are on the front lines of this, who don't get to be still. We can pray that they find rest, that God would give them peace, renew their strength daily. And bring it back to center. Bring your hands to your shoulders. This is kind of similar to, if you watched the first video, the cat-cow sequence, but it's in a seated position. So you can inhale and curve your back or curve your spine. Look up at the ceiling, pinching your shoulder blades together. And you can exhale, bring them together, rounding your spine the other direction. Inhaling, looking up at the ceiling and finding length in your frontal body, pinching those shoulder blades together. And then exhale, bringing the elbows as close as you can get them together, but most importantly, rounding the spine. And just do that at your own pace with your own breath. And we will do, basically, we're going to do that thing where we give ourselves a hug, and this is a nice stretch for our shoulders. And if this is comfortable or this is as far as you can go, stay here. But if you want a deeper stretch, you can bring your hands together like this, or kiss the back of the hands. And you can inhale, lifting the arms up. Exhaling, lifting the arms down. Inhaling, lifting the arms up. And then back down. And then we'll switch sides, so whatever one is on the bottom is now going to be on the top. And again, if this is where it feels most comfortable, do it like this. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Inhale up, exhale down. Go at your own pace. Inhaling up, exhaling down. And bring it back to center. We're going to do some head and neck stretches. So find length, inhale, I'm going to scoot back. Start by rolling our necks very slowly. from side to side. And when you find yourself on the right side, go ahead and rest your right hand on top of your head. And you can inch your fingers away from your body with your left hand, or you can bring it behind you. Just feeling that deeper stretch. And again, this feels very nice. And just move your head and neck around to find those tight spots. Bringing it back to center. And then we'll bring our ear to our left shoulder, stretching out the right neck. You can inch your fingers away from you, or you can bring them behind your back. Go ahead and move your head and neck around just to find where that tension is. Stretch out different parts. We can bring it back to center. And go ahead and give yourself a little neck massage too. Neck and shoulder rub. And for the rest of our practice, we're going to come down to the mat. You can roll down. Ooh, ow. Okay, you might want to roll those ankles and the wrists, if it's good. And remember to go in opposite directions. Our body likes symmetry. You can rock back and forth a little bit. Get a nice little massage on your lower back. You can do little circles. And you can bring your knees down. And for Shavasana, if laying flat on your back does not feel good, you can always widen your feet along the outside of your mat and allow your knees to fall forward, or rather into one another. This is called constructive rest, and it can alleviate some pressure on your low back. So just find that comfortable place for Shavasana. Go ahead and close your eyes. Let the stress just melt away. Seeing if you can lengthen your inhalation and exhalation. Try doing that 5 count in, 5 count out. I'll let you guys do that on your own. Notice the clouds again. Are they slower? Did they stay the same? Are there less of them? Are they're still the same amount? Again, we're just checking in. There's no judgment here. And we will take some time to just be still. And when I start to bring you back from your relaxation time, we'll read a poem to end our practice. Begin to come back to this present moment, allowing your fingertips to wiggle, your toes to wiggle. Start to add a little more movement. If it feels good to take a full body stretch, you can go ahead and do that. And then you'll roll on to your right side. Using your hand or your arm as a pillow and bracing yourself with your left hand. Just take some time here in this position for gratitude. Just think of all those things that you're thankful for. You can thank God for the breath in our lungs, that we had a whole new day of life today. Thank Him for being with us. Thank Him for what He revealed to us in His scripture, in the Word. Give thanks to ourselves for taking this time to practice. And for the glories of technology that allow us to meet together even though we are not in the same space. And on your next inhale, you can bring yourself up to a seated position. And we will end with a poem. I thought this one was good for going along with stillness, being still, and the importance of meditating. The peace of meditation. So we may know God better and feel His quiet power, let us daily keep in silence a meditation hour. For to understand God's greatness and to use His gifts each day, the soul must learn to meet Him in a meditative way. For our Father tells His children that if they would know His will, they must seek Him in the silence, when all is calm and still, for nature's greatest forces are found in quiet things, like softly falling snowflakes, drifting down on angels' wings, or petals dropping soundlessly from a lovely, full-blown rose. So God comes closest to us when our souls are in repose. So let us plan with prayerful care to always allocate a certain portion of each day to be still and meditate. For when everything is quiet and we're lost in meditation, our soul is then preparing for a deeper dedication that will make it wholly possible to quietly endure the violent world around us, for in God we are secure. Thank you everyone for joining me today, and I don't know that every time I will do a seated one, but those are modifications for anyone that can't do the mat poses. So if, after we do our devotional reading, our Lectio Divina, if you wanted to switch over and do this one again, then you can do that. And I can kind of try to remind people about the modifications too, but we'll just see how it works. And we end every practice with Namaste, which just means the light in me sees and reflects the light in you. Namaste.